Ever noticed how some of the most intelligent people you know are stuck, broke, or invisible, while someone with half their brains is out there winning? If you've ever wondered, I'm not dumb, so why am I not successful yet? This video is going to hit home. Because being smart is not the problem. In fact, sometimes it's the biggest trap. But let's talk about the real problem behind this. You've always been the clever one in the group. Maybe you were the person people came to for advice, the silent observer, the overthinker, the planner. You can analyze anything to death and see angles others miss. But here's the uncomfortable part. While you're thinking, planning, predicting, perfecting, someone else is already doing. And life rewards action, not IQ. That's why intelligent people often feel frustrated. You can see what needs to change in your life, but you're not moving. You understand success logically, but you're not experiencing it. Intelligence versus outcome. Most smart people don't fail because of laziness. They get caught in hidden traps. Sometimes it shows up as overthinking that looks like being smart, or perfectionism that hides behind high standards. Then there's the fear of looking stupid, which we rename as being careful. We plan instead of executing, and we wait for certainty before we start anything. It's not a talent problem, it's a mindset loop. Now let's break these down one by one so you can actually see which one is slowing you down the most. Trap 1. Paralysis by analysis. Smart people don't just think, they overthink. You can see 10 possible outcomes and 15 potential problems, so you convince yourself to wait. And somebody less smart just tries, fails fast, learns, and keeps going. Result, they move, you pause. Success doesn't favor the smartest person, it favors the one who experiments. And experimentation feels uncomfortable when your identity is built on being right. Trap 2. Perfectionism disguised as high standards. A lot of intelligent people don't start until they feel 100% ready. But readiness is a myth. You polish ideas instead of testing them. You rewrite before you release anything. You think, I'll start when I'm fully prepared, which secretly means I'm scared to be seen trying. Effort feels like exposure, and exposure feels like risk. And this connects powerfully to something I said in my last video. Life is not that complicated. Here's how we make it worse. We don't suffer because life is hard. We suffer because our minds overbuild problems that don't exist yet. If you haven't watched that one, tap the I button when it appears. It'll make this even clearer. Trap 3. Fear of looking stupid. You're the smart one, and that sounds flattering until you realize it's a prison. Because now failing threatens your identity. Taking risks feels dangerous because mistakes would prove you're not as sharp as people think. So you only choose things you're sure you'll win at, which means you miss opportunities that require being a beginner, being average, or learning as you go. The irony is the people who aren't afraid to look dumb become brilliant over time. Trap 4. Consuming instead of creating. Logical minds love input. Books, videos, research, courses, podcasts. You feel productive because you're gathering knowledge. But information isn't progress. You can read 50 books on business and still never make $1. You can study psychology and still not master your emotions. You can know everything about YouTube growth and never upload a single video. Consumption without execution equals stagnation disguised as learning. Trap 5. Waiting for certainty. Smart people like guarantees. You want to know the outcome before you start, but certainty only shows up after you move. Every successful person you admire started before they fully figured it out. So let's flip the script. Here are mindset switches that change everything. Shift 1. Learn in motion, not in theory. Instead of planning until it's perfect, start messy and adjust fast. Action reveals information your brain can't predict. You don't need clarity to start. You gain clarity by starting. Shift 2. Redefine looking stupid. Failure isn't an identity threat, it's an accelerator. If being wrong is terrifying, success will stay out of reach because all success is built on trial and error. The most successful people are not the smartest, they're the most publicly imperfect. Shift 3. Shrink the first step. Smart people think in long-term outcomes, so everything feels massive. Your brain sees the whole mountain and says, not today. The trick is to shrink the first step so much that your mind can't even fight it. You don't need to build a business. Just send one email. You don't have to write a book. Just get one paragraph down. You don't need to map the whole plan. Just take one small swing and see what happens. When you complete something, even tiny, your brain registers progress. And once momentum kicks in, doubt loses its power. Shift 4. Treat thinking as a phase, not a lifestyle. Use thinking to make decisions, not delay them. Put deadlines on decisions. If it's not life-threatening, act in less than 48 hours. Shift 5. Let curiosity replace ego. Instead of, I must get it right, use, let me test and see. Curiosity creates movement. Ego creates paralysis. Internal conflict acknowledgement. You might be thinking, yeah, but what if I fail publicly? The real question is, what's more embarrassing? Failing once while trying, or watching less capable people live the life you wanted because you stayed safe? Final push. Success won't come because you understand it. It comes because you practice it. The gap between intelligence and impact is action. You don't need more talent, more research, or more time. You need movement. Smart people stay stuck when they trade progress for pride. You break that the moment you act before you feel fully ready. You're not failing because you lack intelligence. You're stalling because you're overusing it. The moment you stop hiding behind potential and start behaving imperfectly, everything changes. If you found this helpful, here's what to do next. Hit that like button if it made you rethink your strategy. Comment below what action you'll take today. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos to turn intelligence into impact.